Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the City of Uniontown's regular City Council meeting, May 5th, 2025, at 5, starting time 5 p.m. Roll call.
Councilman Billy?
Here.
Councilman Thomas?
Here.
Councilman Winfrey?
Here.
Councilwoman Brown?
Here.
Mayor Gurke?
Here, all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a special guest this evening. I understand he's the new publisher of the Herald Standard, Mr. Bob Pinorski.
Very good.
Okay, very good. Nice to have you.
Green? I think we're good. Hi, my name is Bob Pinorski. I'm the new publisher of the Herald Standard. I am also the publisher of the Washington Observer Reporter, and we just acquired the Morgantown Dominion Post in the last couple of months, and I'm here on behalf of the Founding Day Committee that was established in 2019 to ask for permission to utilize Marshall Park on Saturday, June 28th from 10 a.m. To 5 p.m. It's been very successful over the last couple of years. This is my first year being involved in it. Last year's attendance was over 1,200. This year we are planning, with permission to utilize the park, to expand the marketing, to draw people not only from Fayette County, obviously, but to draw people from Washington County and Morgantown as well. We also, as part of the event and putting the event together, donate a portion of the proceeds to the Marshall Park Rejuvenation Fund. So with that, I'm just asking permission today to move forward and being able to get a commitment that we are able to use Marshall Park and therefore start the process of putting the event together. Any questions?
Very good. We have that on agenda item number 76, I believe. So we'll be voting on that this evening.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay.
Okay, any questions? No? Okay, great, thank you.
so much.
Thank you, Bob. Any comments on agenda items only?
Yeah, I'll just comment on a few items I have on there. Item number 73 is to purchase a garage door. It is on the sanitation garage building. It was damaged in a windstorm here, I think in 2023, 22. And there was an issue with the contractor and the funds and how they were allocated for the job. And we're just getting around to now getting more quotes and replacing it. I did try to get other quotes from 2 other companies and had trouble getting them to respond to me, so this is the only quote I could get. In the past, when I got quotes off of this company, he did come in at the cheaper end. And then item number 77 is to purchase weed killer for the street and sewage departments. That's just for the areas around town that we spray. Usually this amount lasts us for this season, and we usually have some left over the next season coming, so that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, John. Any other comments on agenda items?
Mayor Council, just in addition to the garage door for joining, the primary purpose.
Excuse me, Chief.
Sorry.
Microphone, please.
The primary purpose for him asking for this door to be replaced is the city's given us permission with this side-by-side that we purchased and the partnership that we've established. We've been using their building. Right now, the building space is adequate for us to use. However, when the winter gets here and their spreader bars and plows get in place, that side-by-side is not going to fit in the sanitation garage, and they have that loading dock ramp, which is where the door is damaged. That's the intent, where we will be parking that side-by-side for trail use, so we're not touching the roads for our park patrols. So that's why he's asking to have this done, just to give you a little bit more clarification on why he's asking for that. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Chief. Go ahead, Terry. Go up to the podium, please. And state your name, please.
Terry Vassar. 75, the approval of sale of consumption of alcoholic beverages in the 911 lot. That would be done by RISS, so it would be done in a professional manner, so I just want to make that clear. They're in conjunction with us and actually doing it, so they would be the ones who's manning the alcohol collectively. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. Again, any other comments on agenda items? If not, I have a few items to bring up. The first item is probably one of my favorite events here in the city, and I think the other people that have volunteered will concur with me. We had cleanup day last Saturday, would be April 27th, I believe, and what we did was went out and cleaned up the city, the alleys, and we had 10, 15 volunteers, but I want to send a special thank you out to Walmart. They had sent 5 volunteers down, and they really worked, and they did a real nice job for cleanup day with us, and it's always a good time. So if you get a chance when we have our fall cleanup day, which is usually the last Saturday in September, come on out and we all have a good time, and the time really does go fast. Real quick, Pastor Winfrey and I, we take it upon ourselves the week before cleanup day. We just go and scope the city out to see where the garbage is. And he made a comment, Pastor Winfrey made a comment to me, and I agreed with him that, boy, these alleys and everything, there's still garbage there, but it's getting better. So Saturday morning when we went out, I had the pleasure of riding with Councilman Billy, and without priming him or anything, we're out and about and saying, hey, we're going to go here, we're going to go there. And he said, boy, this looks a lot cleaner than what it has in previous cleanup days. And I just want to put a special thank you out to our code enforcement officer, Terrence Price. He's out being a gentleman at all times, approaching the citizens of the city, asking them to clean up, and it's starting to work. Our city's not perfect, and I don't think anywhere else is perfect, but I think we put a big dent into the garbage problem. While we're talking about garbage, on the cleanup day, the county hauling, which I want to thank them as well, they came and helped us. So there was a truck that rode around the city. They picked up 10.51 tons of garbage. There was a truck at the sewage plant that collected 2.46 tons of garbage. And then we had a truck stationed at our staging point at St. Paul's Lutheran Church, which I want to send a thank you to the St. Paul's Lutheran Church for allowing us to use their parking lot. And Matt Thomas, our former code officer, they just keep coming back. Matt worked with us as well that day, and he facilitated that. But at that location, they just stayed stationary, and they collected 6.77 tons of garbage. So that came to almost 20 tons of garbage, to be specific, 19.74 ton of garbage. So I think that was a real successful day. And we'll go at it again in September, and we'll do the same thing. We just look for more people to come out for help, but it's a good time to meet your neighbors and friends, and maybe make new friends, and that's what it's all about. Number 2, the Grant Street basketball program. Again, I'm excited about that. Last year we had 52 teams, and this year maybe we'll have more. But if we hit 52, I think that's quite an accomplishment. Councilwoman Brown's working hard on that. Just a couple things. On June 13th, we're having a meet and greet at Grant Street from 5 to 6 o'clock, just to meet everyone and meet the directors, and just to get a feel, so the community gets a feel of what we plan on doing. And then the program starts on June 16th. Look on our Facebook page instead of me trying to tell you everything. You can, in your free time, you can look at our Facebook page, and they have all the information. There's numbers to call if you have any questions. And of course, I'm always available to answer a question, and I'm going to put Councilwoman Brown out on the stick, and she's always available to answer questions as well. And we're looking forward to a successful basketball program and a recreation program here at this summer, talking about Grand Street. Maybe, Ms. Brown, I didn't cue you in on this, but maybe you could just fill the people in on what the improvements we've done already down there, the couple of improvements that you've spearheaded.
Yes, Bright Stripe, I want to just thank them for coming out and blacktopping, sealing the basketball court, which basically made it look brand new. And me and my husband Doug were out there painting. I have to finish some more paint. And then we're going to put our artistry, old school artistry up and do some designs to the playground to make it look presentable so we can be more prideful for our land down there. I feel if we touch it up, make it look right, maybe it'll be treated better by the people in the community. And I just ask that everybody just give me time because I'm only one person. And, you know, of course, our budget is low. So, and I just want to thank everyone who came out to just donate their time to help me with that.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Farmers Market. It starts the last Saturday in May, which is May 31st at Bailey Park. It runs every Saturday throughout the summer, from 9 o'clock till 1 in the afternoon. Kelly Trott and her team, they did a phenomenal job last year. But she's just not going to sit still. She'll raise that bar even a little higher. So whenever the farmer market starts, make sure you get down there. Again, I can't say this enough. Go meet your neighbors and friends, and good chance you'll make new friends. And I know I have made new friends just going down there and just people talking. It's a great environment, a great family-oriented environment. So support our farmers market, and you won't be sad that you did. May Day Parade, that was last Thursday. Had some inclement weather, but we still had a decent amount of people that attended the parade, which was really a nice evening. People like our parades. I know Ms. Simmons isn't here today from the Redevelopment Authority, and they conducted a community town hall meetings, I believe 7 of them. And the ones that I attended, people always said, what do you want, you know, what do we want to improve our city? And they always said parades, and they're always well attended. Again, the weather wasn't cooperative, but we still had a fair turnout. And I got a real special treat that day. And we have a new piece of equipment here in the city. It's a side-by-side. And I had the opportunity to ride around with Chief DeWitt, and that was really a good time. Now everyone wants to ride that, but I'm the mayor, so I get to ride with the chief, but we'll all take turns. But I'd like to have Chief DeWitt, if he has a moment, to maybe explain how we acquired this and what its uses are going to be. Chief?
Yes, so this side-by-side was purchased through a grant through Go Laurel Highlands. It's about a $45,000 acquisition with no money out of the city's pockets at all. It's a zero-match grant. The side-by-side is nearly fully in service at this point. We still have a couple more lights that need put on and programming done. But our upfitter was able to get us the equipment, the piece of equipment for the parade. Now we'll go back out of service here for a little bit once we get those other items put onto it. You will see it on the trail. It's been out on the trail a couple times already to this point. I actually had it out again today. We're starting to take some of the guys out, showing them the capabilities of the machine and where it can go and where it can't go, just due to the size limitations. I intend to push it out for general patrol here relatively soon. It's going to require some SOPs that Tim's going to have to look over and get approved before we push it out to the guys, and then kind of have a little training course on its operations. But fully functional operational machine that I believe we're going to find a lot more uses for than we know exist at this point. But Mayor, Council, thank you guys for allowing us to go through with this. And thank you to the entities that allowed us to purchase this machine, because it will be a massive benefit to the city, its residents, and its visitors. So, thank you.
Thanks, Chief. I think that about wraps up my talk, but you can see we have a lot of things going on in the city, and if you have any questions, stop down to City Hall to see us. If there's something we can do to make life a better quality of life for you, we're more than happy to do so, because that's why we're here. That's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you, Mayor. We'll go into the regular agenda. Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to receive the report of the treasurer for the month of April 2025, being the same is hereby received and filed. Councilman Thomas,
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey,
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown,
Yes.
Councilman Billy,
Yes.
Mayor Gurke.
Yes.
To be resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to accept the minutes of the April 3rd, 2025 regular council meeting, being the same is hereby accepted and filed. Councilman Winfrey,
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown,
Yes.
Councilman Billy,
Yes.
Councilman Thomas,
Yes.
Mayor Gurke.
Yes.
Be resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown, the council hereby directs the Director of Accounts and Finance to make payment of the following invoices for services rendered or products procured for the City of Uniontown for the months of April 2025. April 2025 invoices: General Fund, $47,653.14. Sewer Fund, $4,928.06. Recreation, $3,882.72. Recycling, $2,412.31. Highway, $3,525.95. Off-street, $3,960.02. And library, $769.41.
So before we take the vote, I'd like to go ahead and just read over the unpaid bills for the general fund. To start it off, we have Autoland of Uniontown for $82.66. Best Line Equipment, $369.99. We have a Breeze Line account, $334.90. We have another Breeze Line account for $25.99. D&M Trucking Company Incorporated, $647.11. EQ Muffler Auto Center, $2,303.34. Fayette Furnace, $3,638.58. Fayette Parts, $67.68. Another Fayette Parts Service account, $30.99. First Commonwealth Advisors, $1,099.16. Ford Business Machines Incorporated, $20. George R. Smalley Company Incorporated, $249.40. Intermedia.net Inc., $397.35. Janitor Supply Company Inc., $37.75. We have K2 Engineering, $6,850. LexisNexis, $335.56. Little FE's Monogrammy and Embroidering, this is a credit for $286.35. Lowe's, we have $71.86. Otis Elevator Company, $8,392.44. Palco Power Systems, $1,984.36. Pennsylvania Water, $408.41. Bernard Bryan Inc., $133.57. Quill Corporation, $53.98. RBA Professional Data Systems Inc., $2,043.74. This is an employee reimbursement, $300. RT Designs, $433.20. Ruta Communications, $718.80. S&D Calibration Service Inc., $94. Safeway Pest Control, $40. SWIF, $2,068. The Hartford, $1,562.85. Tractor Supply, $105.94. Traveler CL Remittance Center, $9,817.25. U.S. Municipal Supply Inc., $672.83. UPS, $144.45. And Vermin Control for $50. And that will round out our unpaid bills for the general fund.
All right, Councilwoman Brown,
Yes.
Councilman Billy,
Yes.
Councilman Thomas.
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey. Mayor Gurke.
Yes.
Be resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to ratify the hiring of Caleb Morningstar as patrolman to the Uniontown Police Department effective April 28th, 2025, with a starting rate of $26.44 per hour and full health and welfare benefits pending successful completion of a 90-day probationary period. Councilman Billy?
Yes.
Councilman Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Mayor Gurke?
Yes.
Be resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to authorize the city clerk to advertise for a part-time safety aide in the police department at $13.64 per hour, up to 25 hours per week. Councilman Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Councilman Billy?
Yes.
Mayor Gurke?
Yes.
Be resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to authorize the purchase of a 12x12 garage door from Bud Hall for the City Street Department totaling $3,250. Councilman Winfrey?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Councilman Billy?
Yes.
Councilman Thomas?
Yes.
Mayor Gurke?
Yes.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to authorize the use of the 911 lot for the Juneteenth Day event on June 19th, 2025 for food vendors and entertainment. This event is being hosted by the East End Community Center and One Voice, One Community. Councilman Brown?
Yes.
Councilman Billy?
Yes.
Councilman Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey?
Yes.
Mayor Gurke?
Yes.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to approve the sale and consumption of alcoholic beverages in the 911 lot for the Juneteenth event. Councilman Billy?
No.
Councilman Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey?
No.
Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Mayor Gurke?
No.
Okay, motion fails on item number 75.
May I bring something up? The reason why I say yes to this, because for the Italian festival and every festival that goes on downtown, alcohol consumption is approved. So I think that this is not fair for it to not pass tonight when all other events get approved.
I agree to that as well.
So moving forward, if this is what we're going to do, it needs to be for everyone.
So I'd like to also clarify the reason why I voted no for this. It's very simple for me. You know, when it comes to any of these other events that we have, these individuals or organizations, they have their liquor license. So they're not going to a third party. Really where, you know, and my fellow council members and the mayor, you know, they feel very strongly with not having alcohol being served. And, you know, and there's been times where I voted yes for that, and on them times, especially for like the Christmas event, with Jared Volek, you know, this gentleman has a liquor license, he's in business, so that's the person, those are the people that are in business. And with the Italian festival, that they would be bringing, you know, from their club as well.
So what about farmer's market? They don't have a liquor license.
Well, I think that, you know, getting into the farmer's market, that was, you know, so we're not actually getting into those people that are, they will have to have their off-site liquor license as well. So they have their license, they're covered. So all we're doing is giving that opportunity.
Any other comments?
So be it.
All right. Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to approve the Founding Day Festival being sponsored by Herald Standard, sorry about that, at Marshall Park on June 28th, 2025. Councilman Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Councilman Billy?
Yes.
Mayor Gurke?
Yes.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to approve the purchase of weed killer concentrate for the Street and Sewage Department from Producer Supply Company for $2,630.30. Councilman Winfrey?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Councilman Billy?
Yes.
Councilman Thomas?
Yes.
Mayor Gurke?
Yes.
Be Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the Fayette County Housing Authority for storm and sewer cleaning and repair services for a term of 3 years and up to $50,000 per year. Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Councilman Billy?
Yes.
Councilman Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey?
Yes.
Mayor Gurke?
Yes.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown to authorize the use of the decorative flagpoles for the American Cancer Society's Relay for Life. Councilman Billy?
Yes.
Councilman Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Mayor Gurke?
Yes.
And those are all of the agenda items that we have this evening. We will note that the redevelopment authority had submitted their written reports, which we'll include with the meetings.
Yes. And we have, if anyone wants the written report from the redevelopment authority, we have copies over on this, on the desk to the side. Okay, code enforcement, Mr. Price.
Good evening, everyone. First off, get my paper open. First off, as always, I want to just say a big thank you to Mayor Gurke and Council for all of your support and encouragement. We're off to a very busy spring with code enforcement, but very productive as well, even with the rain and the storms coming in. We are having a medium volume of calls, emails, and text messages. Our issues are trash, rubbish, old abandoned cars, furniture that people are placing behind their house and vacant building structures. And I just also wanted to say what Mayor and Council has already said. Big thank you to those who came out and served on the City Cleanup Day. You guys have tremendously made my job a lot easier, so I just want to just thank you guys so much for that. And I can't take credit for it, man. I'm a team player, so it's a total team effort. So I appreciate all you guys, and just yeah, thanks for all you do. Things are improving in certain locations throughout the city. Of course, as we all say, we would like to see certain areas get cleaned up a little bit faster, but I'm thankful for the residents, businesses, and landlords that have been receptive to code enforcement. It's definitely bringing an awareness to our great city. Just want to say thank you to the ladies in City Hall. They've been very helpful in finding phone numbers, logging info in for code, and keeping track of the sweep tickets. To date, since our last City Council meeting, we have issued 23 sweep citations, a total of 2 state citations, and these numbers are a little bit lower. City Clerk Shannon Wood has notified myself, Chief DeWitt, and Mayor Gurke that people are coming in, they're stepping up to the plate, they're paying their sweep tickets. And so we're very, very happy to hear that. And then at the same time, people are also responding to code calls, to the house visits. This time last year was, trying to hustle and bustle, get people to clean up their properties. But this year, it's a lot better. You go to some of those properties that I went to last year, and it's night and day different. So just want to, a big thank you to everyone who's taking care of their responsibilities. 7 sewage notices posted, 2 vehicles tagged to be towed. We've a total of 10 property inspections for redevelopment authority. 6 of those properties are slated to be demoed soon. And last but not least, we have 7 hearings scheduled with Magistrate Cox this month for unpaid sweep tickets. And other than that, that's all I have. Again, thank you so much. Any questions? Okay, thank you so much.
There was just a comment. And I have to say that I will give you the credit, because the past 3 cleanups that I've been involved in, up until this last one is when I made the comment, and I had no clue that the mayor and Councilman Winfrey had this conversation the day before, but I was extremely surprised and and proud of what we were actually being able to accomplish. And 3 cleanups ago, we were spending an hour, 45 minutes an hour on one alley, and then to see the condition and it being cleaned up. It's not solely because of these citywide cleanups, although we are, almost 20 tons is nothing to, blink at. But this is a direct result of your effort, and thank you, and it's a tough job. I believe we have the right guy out there. You're very personable. You're a gentleman out there. And I think that, just keep on doing it, man. And it's day in, day out on that grind to keep going, man. I'm very proud of what you're doing. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Price, as always. Public Works, Mr. Poglinski.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Just start my report off here with the monthly sewage collection. This month, they took in a total of $220,546.14, bringing this year-to-date total to $869,179.49. As and again, I'd just always like to thank the ladies in the sewage office there. They play my secretary and transfer calls and take calls for me and help me deal with my day-to-day routine. I got the pleasure of meeting the new lady in there that was just hired. Hopefully she's able to fill the shoes of the employee we have retiring here. I look forward to working with her. Continuing on with the sewage, we had good progress here with the removal of the rails for the Sheepskin Trail. It's kind of been at a little standstill here as myself and the crews have been dealing with some sewage issues. We have a few digs that we've completed, and we still have a few lined up. It seemed like they all came at once here, and we're trying to handle them so that we can get back on to the rail removal. Also, the sewage guys have been, in our spare time, I guess you could say, we've been trying to get the beast put back together. We did receive the parts that were ordered. It's not an easy job, and we're trying to tackle it ourselves to keep it in-house here, but working on it only 1 to 2 days a week sometimes isn't getting anywhere quick here, it doesn't seem, and the pile's building up, and it's a never-ending process down there at the compost site. So hopefully we can get it going here soon to tackle the material we have, as it's season and it's not stopping anytime soon. The lawn collection, I think, has been going pretty well here, and again, that's a never-ending job. We try to keep all the citizens happy and keep on top of that. The street and the sewage both do collections Monday and Friday here, so we try to keep up on that as best we can. The street department, the street sweeper has still been out. I believe last week it just got to complete one pass on every street of the town here, so as I always say, it's not a fast job, but they're tackling it day by day here and trying to keep up with the debris that's still left over from winter here. Also, still tackling potholes here from the winter. That's never ending here. We will be starting to asphalt some here soon to get a little more permanent fix on them. So hopefully they're not popping back out here as soon as they have been. Other than that, that's really all I have. No one has any questions? Thanks.
Thank you, John. Do we have a report from the engineer today? No report? Okay, very good. Police, Chief DeWitt?
Sorry, my allergies are killing me today. Too many people cutting grass out there. So during the month of April, the Uniontown Police Department responded to 722 calls for service. The breakdown of some of those calls included 30 vehicle accidents, 7 assaults, 2 frauds, 21 welfare checks, 29 domestics, 1 assist fire call, 6 disorderly conducts, 13 warrant services, 18 emergency medical assists, 17 assist other police departments, 24 harassments, 2 shots fired, 31 alarms, 18 thefts, 3 public intoxications, 7 controlled substance cases, 11 animal complaints, and 87 suspicious persons, activities in vehicles, and 4 burglaries. Additionally, our officers, council, you guys may not be aware of this, but the city of Connellsville, in conjunction with the Fayette County District Attorney's Office, we will do saturation details in each other's cities with our drug task force members, which a large contingent of our guys are on the task force. Connellsville sends resources to us a couple times a year. We send resources to them a couple times a year to saturate their city. Officers just conducted one of those in the last week or so, which was fairly fruitful for them, and those will continue. Officers made a total of 49 criminal arrests, issued 26 non-traffic citations, and 47 traffic citations. conducted vehicle and foot patrols of the city parks as well as Sheepskin Trail, and I guess I can add side-by-side patrols of that as well. Just for your knowledge and public knowledge, if you've not been made aware, we had an issue in our parking garages where the pay station and the gates were damaged. If you don't know, I know council knows this, those pieces of equipment are extremely expensive. The tune of, I believe, $150,000 a year per garage.
We spent over $350,000 total, so I would say.
175K around about
Yeah.
per garage. The new parking garage sustained heavy damage to the pay station. Thankfully, Ed King was able to get that back in play. I believe the old garage is down as a result of that because we had to beg, borrow, and steal parts to get that squared away for the new garage, and the old garage will soon be replaced as well. That's not my department, but I just wanted to update you on that. As a result of that, officers have been conducting a heavy amount of foot patrols and vehicle patrols in and out of that garage. Subsequently, we've made multiple arrests as a result of that. We will not put up with anything in those garages, whether that's vagrancy, people sleeping, narcotics. You shouldn't be in the garage unless you're paying to park in the thing. I have some other choice words that I'm not going to say, but I feel very strongly about that. And we will continue to address that issue heavily if we have to. Again, to the public, if you see something in those garages, we cannot be everywhere at once. Please call us. And we'll get it addressed as swiftly as possible, I promise. Mayor and council, any questions? I'm sorry that you guys had to go through that loss in the garage, but we will make an adjusted turn where we have to.
Can you clarify for the audience and people that are out there watching what the threshold for a felony, what is that threshold monetarily that will kick it into a felony?
Without holding me to that and having my phone, because my kids have it in the back, I want to say it's in excess of 2,000. There's different things that can get it done, like if someone damages it with aerosol or by fire, there's some upgraded offenses in that. When you're dealing with our parking garages, if you damage one of our machines, you pretty much, if you damage the internal components on it, you're going to be well above the threshold, which is where we're at right now.
So just the one fix is over the threshold?
Yeah, easily.
For the pay station?
Easily. And, you know, we discussed this. I know that RFP exists. The city's taken additional steps at this point to take the necessary steps to explore putting cameras in those garages, which I believe would be a welcome addition to protect the city's assets, especially when we invested so much heavy resources into that, and it is a revenue stream for the city. So when that comes down the pike, I hope that we all end up on the same page and we protect the city's assets. I'm sure you guys will. But please, if you're out in the garages, you're parking in the garages, we want you to feel comfortable in there. We want you to feel safe in there. If you see lights out, please call City Hall so we can get the lights fixed. If you see someone in there that shouldn't be in there, that's sleeping in the garages, using narcotics, call 911 immediately and we'll get it addressed. I promise you that. We're on a zero tolerance program dealing with those garages right now and our parks. Mayor, council, any questions?
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you all.
Thank you as always, Chief.
Also, thank you for picking that phone up for that ear beating too.
Yeah.
Fire Department, Chief Khan.
Well, I'm sorry, actually, you called me and got the ear beating.
I called you.
You called me and you got the ear beating. Thank you.
Okay, so I always start out with our report, do a breakdown of the incidents that we ran. These are for the month of April 2025. Had 7 fire-related incidents, but looking back through the stats, I realized we did miss another one. We had a building fire in April too, so actually would be 8. That would include that building fire. 3 kitchen fires that were confined to the stovetop area, so there again, 3 more close calls. 1 excessive heat and scorch burn, 1 smoke condition with the fire failing to ignite, 1 vegetation fire, and 1 trash fire. So there again, couple of close calls that fortunately we dodged it though. 20 rescue-related incidents. These included 14 vehicle collisions, 6 of those had injuries. We had 4 lockout and gain access for EMS crews, and 2 extrication of an ill or injured person from a building assisting the EMS crews. We had 7 hazardous condition incidents, and these included 1 building collapse that actually was a result of a vehicle collision as well, too. Those so 5 power lines down, and 1 carbon monoxide incident. We had 7 service-related incidents. These included 2 persons in distress, 1 assisted police or another governmental agency, 1 lockout, one cover assignment for another fire company, and 2 general public service details. We had 12 fire alarm activations. We also did 1 fire drill witnessed in a public facility. As I always say, this includes building familiarization and pre-incident planning for our crews, and we also conduct fire prevention training for the facilities staff. Moving on to the training that was either taken or conducted by personnel for the month, we had some tremendous numbers. The department had over 146 man-hours of training for the month of April. Just a quick highlight on some special training that we conducted. Personnel took a course in firefighter down CPR, and this instructed the removal of a firefighter from a dangerous environment and techniques to remove their protective gear, all while starting life-saving interventions, which is very critical to start those interventions as soon as you possibly can in the event that that firefighter suffers a cardiac incident. Personnel also recertified in first aid and CPR while they were at it too, so very beneficial course. Apparatus updates, we have engine 2 that's due for inspection this month here. The tires that you approved a couple of council meetings ago, they are on order, they should be in, and we're going to get them installed. And last, I can't really remind everyone what tonight is because it's not Thursday night, it's Monday. But if anybody wants to join us on Thursday, doors are open at 5 o'clock, bingo game starts at 6:45. So still got to get the plug in there. So that's about it, really. Thank you, appreciate all your support.
Thank you, Chief, and thanks for all your service.
Thank you.
At this time, it's time for public comment. Do we have any public comment this evening? If none, Mr. Witt, that's all I have.
All right, thank you, Mayor. We will close with the last resolution. Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Uniontown. The council adjourns to meet next on Thursday, June the 5th, 2025 at 5 o'clock p.m. in council chambers. Councilman Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Winfrey?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Councilman Billy?
Yes.
Mayor Gurke?
Yes. Thank you all for attending. What else you want?
Terry, what's going on? How's my cousin Clee doing? Yeah.